Good morning, everyone. Hello, good morning. My name is Tracy. I am a member of 5 Dinners 1 Hour, and I am going to prep 5 meals for my family while we hang out and chat, and I tell you all about 5 Dinners 1 Hour and all the things. That didn't work either. I'm gonna adjust this one more time. I went too far. Okay, there we go. You can see what's in front of me, and I don't have text running through the middle of my face. So, good morning. How is everyone? As you hop on, say hello. Let me know where you're joining me from. My name is Tracie Preps, and I am a member of 5 Dinners 1 Hour. And I wanted to let you know that 5 Dinners 1 Hour does have a coupon code for your first quarterly subscription. 10 off, 10 OFF saves you $10. 5 Dinners 1 Hour is amazing. I have been a member for about 7 years now, and I tell you, it is a game changer. You don't need anything fancy. You don't need any fancy gadgets or anything like that to get started prepping your meals. You probably have absolutely everything that you need on hand already. You can prep into any container you already have on hand, zip top bags, whatever to get ready and get your meals going for your family. You just need a cutting board, a knife, which I totally forgot to grab. I grab a couple of spoons generally, a can opener, some measuring cups and measuring spoons. That's it. That's all you need. You do not need anything fancy to prep your meals. So I'm going to be making 5 meals. 5 Dinners 1 Hour has 3 different options, really. There's a classic plan, a clean eating plan, and then you can get the best of both worlds with the combo plan, right? And I have the combo plan, so I'm going to be prepping from all of those recipes. But we're a family of 3, and you can change your serving size to whatever serving size it is that you need. We're a family of 3, so oftentimes I prep for 3, but today I'm not. I'm prepping for all different serving sizes. I have 2 recipes set to 3, 2 set to 6, and 1 set to 12, because we have a party coming up, and I'm gonna go ahead and prep ahead some items that I'm gonna pop in my freezer and be able to pull them out for the party. It's a great way to save time and money when you're hosting people. It's amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna be doing the baked shrimp scampi, which was originally a classic recipe. It is under the 30-day tab for our combo members. So if you have a combo membership, you will be able to get this recipe right away. Oh, totally forgot to mention, today of all days is the best day ever to join 5 Dinners 1 Hour. Again, use the code 10 off to save yourself $10. But you get new recipes cycle in on the last day of every month, which means if you join today, you get all of the August, September, and October recipes. You can go in, save the August recipes. There's a little heart button. You press the heart button, it saves it to your favorites folder, so you'll keep them. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, the August recipes will be gone and the November recipes will be there. So it's almost like you get an entire bonus month of recipes just by joining today. So today is hands down the greatest day to join, because you end up with 20 additional recipes, or 40 if you're on the combo plan. So such a great way to go about it. I just thought of that. I'm so glad. So, all right, first up, I'm going to be making the baked shrimp scampi. This is on our combo plan under the 30-day tab. And this is a good one. This one's a family favorite. So it's one that I've definitely made multiple times. This is also one that I make up and keep in my freezer, which is great. So first up, oh, and all of the sides are included with your recipe. So it tells you, it generates a grocery list for you. So you pick your meals, right? And then you pick what the serving size you want is, and you can change it to anything you want, from 1 to 999. A lot of people like to do, if they're cooking for 1, they like to do 1.5, and they kind of get 2 meals out of it because the servings are very generous. But anyway, you set your serving size, it generates a grocery list for you, and that grocery list gives you all the ingredients you need plus everything for the suggested sides. So this baked shrimp scampi is going to be served with broccoli and garlic bread. So we're going to go ahead and get started on this. This one is set to a serving size of 3. I've got my shrimp in here. They're still a little bit frozen. They'll be fine. This is going to be tonight's dinner. Hello, Betty Lou. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys share this with your friends, and if you haven't already said hello, say hello. So we've got super duper simple step-by-step instructions, right? So first step is to spray a baking dish with nonstick spray. Place the shrimp, which I've already done. The only things I did before I came live is I washed my vegetables and I put my meats in the containers they needed to be in, just so you don't have to watch me step away and wash my hands 100 times during the thing. So I like to do all that, and that's actually the most efficient way to prep. If you just do all of that at one time, you wash all your vegetables at the same time. You put all your meats in the containers at the same time. It will save you so much time in your meal prep. So we've got our shrimp in here, and then it says to add our next 2 ingredients. This olive oil is just about empty, but it's gonna get me through this recipe. Come on. There we go. Hey, hey. Down to the last drop, right? And I forgot to grab my salt and pepper. Let me grab those. Okay, so here's my salt and pepper. It's gonna go in there. Hello from Illinois, Amy. Thank you so much for hopping on and joining me. Are you familiar with 5 Dinners 1 Hour? Or are you just stopping by, or have you been watching us for a while? Are you a member? All the things. Tell me all the things. Are you a member, not a member? Let me get a spoon to toss this with. Okay. Okay. All right. So then it says so my second step was to get the shrimp in the dish with the next 2 ingredients and toss to mix. So you watched me do that. Next up, mix the next 5 ingredients in a medium bowl. Part of it was to add butter. I just went ahead and stuck the butter in the dish already in the bowl. And we're gonna add the rest of our ingredients in there. Hello in Cincinnati. Yes, member in the past, but thinking about coming back. Okay, Amy, since you were a member in the past, you understand how it works, that there are new recipes that come, right? So you know that today is like the most ideal of days to join because new recipes come tomorrow. So if you join today, you still get August recipes. Definitely do it. Good morning, Christy. Thanks so much for joining me. Yeah, so definitely today is the day, right? Today is the greatest day. Okay. Now this calls for crushed red pepper. And okay, it gives you exact measurements for everything. I'm kind of a measure with my heart kind of gal. I've been doing this a long time, and so I kind of know how much things are, but you can absolutely measure out everything. Measurements are initially written in Imperial Standard, but there is a button to choose if you need measurements in metric. If that's better for you, you can do that. How much of this am I using? Okay. And then, yeah, it's great. You've got all of the measurements you need, exactly what you need, all of the things. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a good mix up. Our garlicky, buttery, delicious concoction over here. I'm gonna grab a fork so I can get that mixed up a little bit better. It's just sticking to my spoon here. I'm gonna set you there. All right, there we go. So now take that, set that. I've got a bowl over there that's gonna be my dirties. And that's where everything's going. And then we're just gonna dot this along the top. Sorry, it's gonna be a little bit noisy as I dot it along because I wanna get every last ounce of the goodness as we go. There we go. All right. So we've got our, we've got all of that ready to go. And then it so that was my next instruction, was dab the butter mixture evenly over the shrimp. And then we are supposed to sprinkle it with breadcrumbs. My family is gluten-free and dairy-free, so I'm using a dairy-free butter. I'm using gluten-free breadcrumbs. But you, well, my whole family is not. I am. The rest of my family is not. But some meals we make totally gluten-free, dairy-free. Some meals, if I'm not going to be there that night or whatever, then they can have it however they want. So there we go. Baked shrimp scampi ready to go. Our last step is to cover with foil. My baking dish has a lid, so I'm just covering with the baking dish. What meal number am I on? You hopped on late. This is meal number 1. You are good. I was probably about 2 or 3 minutes late myself. Had to get the kiddo out the door to school. That's just life, right? All right, so meal number 1, baked shrimp scampi. I'm gonna label that with an A because our recipes are all labeled A, B, C, D, Q, like they go out in alphabetical order. That way, if I am not the one that needs to get dinner in the oven, they know which one to pull and what to do. And if there's more than one dish, I'll write 1 of 1, 1 of 2, 2 of 2, like all of that on there. So here's our first recipe, ready to go. Baked shrimp scampi, love that one. And that is a recipe that freezes really, really well. I have made this up many times and stuck it in my freezer, and it's great to have on hand for a quick meal when I haven't had a chance to get to the store to prep yet, or if a friend or a family member needs a meal or something like that. It's very easy to hand off. I always freeze in a baking dish item. I freeze in disposable trays. That's my choice, but you could totally freeze them in glass, up to you. All right, so next up, slow cooked chicken potato soup. Now, this one has quickly become a family favorite. This was a September recipe, and so you have access to 3 months worth of recipes at all times. But if you like a recipe, you get to save it and save it as one of your favorites. And then it is yours to keep as in your membership. It will be there. So it'll be under your favorites tab, and it's like building your own personal recipe box. It's amazing. So, you know, by the time they're quarterly subscriptions, right? So by the time you're done with your first quarter, right? Which you're gonna wanna keep going, trust me. But by the time you've been through your first quarter, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, when you've saved all your favorite recipes, I have so many recipes. Plus I'm gonna get 20 new ones on either the classic clean eating or both every single time. It's amazing. Okay, so slow cooked chicken potato soup. This is off of our clean eating plan. This is gonna be served with a green salad. Oh, the baked shrimp scampi. Let me tell you, this is how much cheaper it is to make dinner at home than to eat out. So the ingredients for the baked shrimp scampi, being served with broccoli and garlic bread. Now, please note, this has a couple of notes for us, you know, because it's a seafood item, it's best cooked on day 1 or day 2. Also, if you're not a seafood eater, this meal is great with cubed chicken. So you could do it with cubed chicken. It's totally modifiable. You can do things however it is you need. So all of the ingredients for this, for my family of 3, I set it to a serving size of 3 with the broccoli, with the garlic bread, all of that, $8.92. So that's $2.97 per person per meal. Way better than what I could get in a drive-thru, for sure, right? Plus, drive-thru's not gonna give me broccoli. So very excited about that. Do you get recipes new recipes weekly or quarterly? You actually get new recipes monthly. So on the last day of the month, the recipes, so like tomorrow, the August recipes will fall off and the November recipes will come on, and you'll have 20 new recipes because they figure 5 a week for 4 weeks, 20 recipes, so you get 20 new recipes. Or 40 if you have the combo plan, and you're gonna get them in classic and clean eating. And again, use this code 10 off, save $10. Everybody wants to save $10 off of your first subscription. But it's amazing. There are new recipes all the time. I almost never make it through all of the recipes that I'm excited to try in a month. And so I'll be like, I wanna try this. I don't have time for it this week, and then I'll just pop it over into my favorites, and it's great. Okay, chop celery and cut potatoes into small bite-sized pieces and add to a large zipper bag. All right, we're gonna cut our celery. Again, I washed my vegetables before I came on. We talked about that. Now, this slow cooked chicken potato soup, I am actually making a serving size of 6, and I'm doing that for a few reasons. One, we love it. And so it's gonna be Wednesday night's dinner. Now always, so you wanna keep everything fresh and make sure you're using everything in time. Always mark on your bags or whatever the use by date on your meat. The use by date from the store, the use or freeze by date from the store on this chicken is November 3rd. We're gonna have it on November 1st, it'll be fine. But also I am making this a serving size of 6 because I want to take any leftovers that we have and I'm going to package them into individual serving size containers and put them in the freezer so that we have quick, easy access to this delicious soup that I know my family loves. It's actually, it blends, you blend it at the end, not the chicken shreds real finely, but you blend it at the end so it's a very, very smooth soup, which is amazing. It's one of my daughter's favorites and it's amazing for her on days that she has like her braces tightened and stuff like that. So this is a good orthodontia meal. And that in my life right now is really important to be able to get in the good food and calories and things that she needs when she needs them, when her mouth hurts and she doesn't want to chew. So anyhow, now this recipe calls for potatoes. It's potato soup, right? We know that. And it tells us to use gold potatoes, and here's why. Gold potatoes, you're gonna cut these, and gold potatoes do so much better than other potatoes when they're cut. You're gonna toss them in olive oil very, very, very well, okay? And it tells you that. The recipe tells you that, but it's going to make a difference. Whoop! Okay, that piece of potato goes to the floor. Goodness. So I have these mini potatoes. I had a bag of these from a recipe last week. I only needed half the bag. So it's also great to pick this recipe. Another reason that I picked this particular soup is that I had these potatoes I wanted to use up. Goodness, I'm having potato issues today. Okay, who else has questions about 5 dinners, 1 hour, about the Prep Head meal plan system? It is such a good system. I've been doing it for about 7 years. Oh, hey, Josie. Josie's a member as well. Josie, how long have you been a member of 5 dinners, 1 hour? Longer than I have, I think. It's great. I save so much time and so much money every week. Are there some weeks that I don't prep my meals? Sure, right? Life happens. And I always regret it. I always regret it. So I prep my meals pretty much every week. Even if it's gonna be a week that I don't need 5 meals, I will often still prep 5 meals for my family. You can choose as many meals as you want, by the way. Over 6 years, yes. Do we have healthy options? Yes, as a matter of fact, this slow-cooked chicken potato soup I'm making right now is a very healthy option. Lots of veg, lean protein, all the things. The clean eating plan is amazing, yes. So, even on a week that's crazy, I may still prep 2 or 3 meals, or I'll still prep 5, and I'll put a couple of them in the freezer. Like this week, I don't need 5 meals for the week. Tomorrow for Halloween, we have plans. I don't need a dinner, but we have a family party coming up this weekend, and so I have been slowly adding in meals. My potato had a spot on it. Adding in meals for that family party. So, and it's potluck. So all I have to do is heat up these meals that I've already prepped in my freezer. I just have to cook them up, and they'll be ready to go. So you'll see I'm gonna do some of that as part of this prep as well, which is amazing. It's just so useful. It saves so much time and so much money. I can host 40 people this weekend, and it's not going to cost me an arm and a leg because I use this system, and it tells me exactly what I need, and I'm saving time and money, and I'm not gonna be like losing my mind either. What are the lunch ideas like? Oh my gosh, the lunch ideas are fantastic. So you get 170 lunch recipes with the combo plan. Those don't rotate, they are fixed, but there's 170 of them, guys. You're not gonna get bored. And it's great. There's so many different options. One of my daughter's favorites, or my family's favorites, is the fluffy pizza cups. There's salads, there's sandwiches, there's wraps, there's roll-ups, there's baked items, so many different options, and they're great. And with those, you can add those to your menu as well, and it also generates the ingredients you need in your grocery list. So it's just making it as easy as possible for you to get your groceries, get it prepped, follow the step-by-step instructions, and have meals ready for your family. And we love to prep up the meals. Sometimes my daughter will do it, sometimes I'll do it. It just depends. And they're just in the fridge, and everybody knows they just grab one of their trays as they walk out the door. It's fantastic. Okay, so chop celery and cut potatoes into small bite-sized pieces, add to a large zipper bag, add remaining ingredients, zip to seal. All right. I'm gonna add a healthy amount of our olive oil, and then, oh, my chicken's already in here. Now, it calls for boneless, skinless breasts. I actually use thighs because that is our preference. We prefer thighs in slow cooker meals. That is just a thing that my family prefers, but you could totally do breasts because that's what it calls for. But I just know that when it comes to a slow cooker meal, my family prefers thighs, so that's what I buy. All right, and then, there we go. And then it calls for frozen chopped onion, which is a great, great hack. And I do have some in the freezer, but I had some chopped onion that I chopped up yesterday. I didn't need to use all of it, so I'm just gonna finish it off in here. Since it's a slow cooker meal, it'll be totally fine. And then I don't have anything going to waste. And my chopped onion that's in the freezer, it'll stay there and I'll use it in my next recipe, which is great. Okay, and then get my garlic in here. All right, so what other questions do you guys have about 5 dinners 1 hour, about this prep ahead meal plan system? Tell me, what is your biggest challenge with getting dinner on the table? For me, it used to be, when I first started this program, I had a little one, like preschool aged, and it used to be just that dreaded question, Mom, what's for dinner? My husband would say, what did he used to say? Do you know what we're having for dinner? And those questions drove me crazy. I'm like, I don't know. I fed you people yesterday. I'm tired of thinking of things. It was, you know, like, no, figure it out yourselves. Like, I just was tired of it, right? Which, of course, I knew I needed to feed my family, right? But it's just, it's exhausting, right? And then we'd end up in a rotation and we'd eat the same things a lot of the time and stuff like that. And now, for me, that I'm in a different phase of life with, you know, kids and sports and all of that, now it's time. Time is more my concern. So this plan grows with you, for sure. The post-dinner cleanup steals your family time. Yes, I'm making a mess right now, but it's one, not that big of a mess, and I'm gonna show it all to you at the end. And two, I don't have to make a mess at all during the week. So I just gave my recipe, or my meal, a really good toss, right? And now I'm taking the air out of it. You wanna toss it before you take the air out of it so that everything gets all the way through. Then once you take the air out of it, everything kind of stays put. So there we go. Here's our second meal ready to go, the slow cooked chicken and potato soup. I fed you yesterday, right? Right, tell me you haven't thought it. We've all thought it, right? Yes, you just go by the used by date on your meats and write it on the bag. Yeah, like I said, my chicken, the date on my chicken is November 3rd, and I have this meal planned for November 1st. I'm in good shape. You want to try, but you're scared of spending the money. Well, I'll tell you what, it breaks down to about $2 a week. So if you can find something that you're willing to part with for $2 a week, something that's normally a part of your life, like anything, a cup of coffee, a soda, whatever it is, and you're willing to do that to try it for a while, I think you'll be excited to know, and then you'll decide that it's something that you want to keep. And again, don't forget, you've got the coupon code 10 off, so you're saving $10, which is amazing. Plus, if you join today, you get bonus recipes basically, because you're still gonna have the August recipes today. You can go through, save them into your favorites folder. Remember I told you you're building that personal recipe box? You're gonna have all of those meals and recipes that you're building for your family of all your favorites. Save all those recipes into there. Then tomorrow morning, you get 20 new recipes. It's like there is no better day than today to join 5 Dinners 1 Hour. It is a huge money and time saver, and you've been doing it for 5 years. Awesome, Kristen. You can't find the recipe I'm making right now? It's on the clean eating plan. Slow cooked chicken potato soup on the clean eating plan. I just convinced you about the bonus recipes, right? I mean, are they technically bonus recipes? No, but I mean, just the dates align and it's amazing. So yes, 100%, definitely give it a try. Okay, so we're 2 meals down. We've been live for about 25 minutes. We've been doing a lot of chatting. We're gonna get some other stuff done. Now, normally, at the beginning of a live, I open all of my cans. I totally forgot. Because it goes faster. You just stand here and open all your cans, get that done, and it makes your prep go faster. But I forgot. So we're gonna stand here and open a can together. This is actually the only can I'm using, so it's not that big a deal. But I mean, I've got some canned pinto beans. If you are a make your own beans person, then make your own beans. But we are going fast, cheap, and easy. And I did pull out a little bowl to drain it into so that you don't have to watch me run back and forth to the sink. You're flabbergasted on how I opened the can. It gives it a seal so it's not sharp. It cuts along the seal. Makes it not sharp. Ever cut yourself on a can? Same. And then I've just got some water here for rinsing out my beans. Okay. All right. This is just my dirty bowl here. Set it aside. I'm going to show you all my dirty dishes at the end. But you will see how few I have. You've never thought about it. Well, there you go. You're gonna have to try the clean eating recipes. I think you're gonna love it. So this one I'm making is barbecue chicken nachos. This is an August recipe, so this one you're only getting if you join today, right? And it is barbecue chicken nachos. It is a family favorite. My daughter was very excited when I mentioned that we would be having these. And we're gonna go ahead and get going on it. So, first step, chop cilantro and add to medium bowl with lid. Okay. Now, I didn't use all the cilantro. I'm gonna put this in a glass or a mason jar or whatever, this is clean, with water and put it in my fridge, and I'll be able to use it for up to a couple of weeks. It's amazing how well it keeps. Same with parsley, same with basil. Do this with your fresh herbs and get more life out of them. Don't let them die on you in a matter of days. Now, if you are not a cilantro person, if you have the gene that makes cilantro taste like soap, don't add the cilantro. Use parsley. You control your ingredients. It's modifiable. You use what is best for you. I keep gluten-free and dairy-free. My family does not. So you'll see that I make some modifications in my recipes to accommodate my dietary needs. Like I told you earlier on the other one, I used gluten-free panko breadcrumbs, and I used a plant-based cheese, or not cheese, butter. Yeah, you just learned something at the age of 31, right? We are all learning things all the time, which, by the way, if you are not following our TikTok, make sure that you're following the TikTok, because there are tips and tricks up there all the time. And I'm telling you what, I learned some things that I had no idea. They put different tips and tricks up all the time. Plus they show you recipes, they show you what's new, they show you some kitchen hacks, like all of the things, people prepping their meals so you can see what's going on, all the stuff. Drain beans and add to cilantro in bowl. Okay, done. I always stick my recycled stuff behind, my recyclable stuff behind me, just so I know where it is. That's just a me thing, but it's just a way to keep me more organized as I go, as I prep. How do you save recipes? Is that by hearting it? Yes. Make sure that the heart illuminates, turns green, and then you will have it ready to go. Now this recipe calls for cooked shredded chicken, and we do have some recipes that call for cooked shredded chicken. You can buy, you don't have to cook the chicken, you can, but you don't have to do any prep work for it. You can buy cooked shredded chicken in the deli section, in the freezer section of your grocery store. I have Costco nearby, and my Costco sells rotisserie chickens for $4.99. So about once a month when I go to Costco, I buy 2 rotisserie chickens. I spend about 5 or 10, probably 10 minutes. I break down those 2 chickens and I divide them into different meals for my family. And I just freeze them into meal-sized pouches, which is what you just saw me throw out. So I have my cooked shredded chicken ready to go because we do like to do a cooked shredded chicken recipe a couple times a month. Okay, so then, okay, so this is nachos, and you are supposed to add shredded cheese to this. Here's what I will do. I didn't add the cheese yet because, again, I can't have it. I don't dig on plant-based cheese. It's just not my favorite. I do like nutritional yeast as a cheese option, but plant-based cheese is not my jam. And my family likes cheese. And because mine is a sensitivity and not an allergy, I can cook on the same pan. So what I'll do is I will get this layered on top of my chips and whatnot, and I will, on 2/3 of the dish, put cheese. And on mine, I just won't even put any on there because I'm fine without it. This has so much flavor, I don't really care. So this is up. This is our barbecue chicken nachos, ready to go. On cook day, we're gonna serve this with avocado slices and rice. You can cook rice in your rice cooker. You can cook rice on the stove. Or you can do what it recommends and buy some of the steamable rice pouches that take 90 seconds in your microwave. That's what I do. And so again, all of this is on your grocery list. So the barbecue chicken nachos cost my family $6.58 for a serving. This one is a serving size of 3. For a serving size of 3, so $2.19 per person per serving. Oh, I forgot to tell you, the slow cooked potato soup, my prices on that. This was a serving size of 6, and the slow cooked chicken potato soup, $18.12 for all of those ingredients, $3.02 per person per serving. So, I mean, again, like, get all of this good lean meat and veg and whatnot for $3. Plus, you're gonna have it with a side salad, which is also included in those prices. Honey buns, well, hi, Tracy. Nice to meet you, thank you for joining. Okay, so we've got 3 meals down. And we've got 2 more to make. Now, both of these I am making for my family party that's coming up. It's a potluck situation. And I am going to be providing baked tortellini and baked meatball parmesan. So the meatball parmesan, I'm using gluten-free meatballs, and I'm going to do one with cheese and one without cheese. So let me set these guys aside for a second. I'll come back to you. Goodbye. All right. So we're gonna do our baked meatball parmesan first. And then it calls to just spray your pan, but I am out of spray. I'm gonna just use a little bit of oil, which is fine. Some people would prefer that. You do it however works for you. And I only have coconut oil left, and there are some allergies where I can't use coconut oil spray, so I'm gonna just use a little bit of avocado oil in my pans. Okay. All right, so for the baked meatball parmesan, I am doing a serving size of 12. So I'm doing 2 pans. Each pan is going to feed 6, but it's a potluck. Each pan is going to feed way more than 6. But this is a great way to do it. Great, inexpensive. So for this, for 12 servings, 12 like actual dinner size servings, cost me $23.01, so $1.91 per person per serving. So this is such an inexpensive way to host a party, right? Also, it's amazing for dinner, right? We've had it for dinner, but it's such a great way to host a party. So these are gluten-free meatballs that I'm using, so that anyone that is gluten-free is okay, and I will label that, and I will only add the cheese to one of the trays. What did I do with it? There it is. Okay, so first step, pour meatballs into large baking dish. Okay. Pour spaghetti sauce over the top. Okay, now this still has a tiny little bit of sauce in it. I'm gonna leave it, set it aside, and I'll show you something in a minute. Because my next recipe calls for a little more than a jar of sauce. So I'm gonna use these guys to help me out. Okay, there we go. We're gonna give this, I need a spoon. Give this a little toss around, a little tossy toss. Make sure everybody's covered and happy, right? And you can use whatever meatballs your family likes. If you like homemade meatballs, you like fresh meatballs, you like frozen meatballs, whatever you want. In my instance, we're using gluten-free meatballs. Like, you do what is best for you and your family. And then I am going to top one of them with cheese, and I am not going to top the other one with cheese. So there we go. Okay. So then people can have choices. All right, so then I'm just gonna cover these with foil because they are going in my freezer, right? And, well, and if they were going in my fridge, I would cover them with foil as well, but I would probably use a glass container with a lid, personally. Are there a lot of beef options? You buy beef by the quarter count. My last beef purchase was half a steer. So yeah, and you can make subs however you want. So like, I've done a lot of ground beef recipes. I'm just gonna write that these are meatballs with cheese. Okay, so it's labeled when it goes in my freezer, and these are meatballs without. All right, so here we go. Here's our fourth meal, ready to go. This one is a serving size of 12. How do I decide fridge or freezer? Okay, so when you're prepping your meals, they are all geared to go in your fridge. All of them. However, there are many recipes that are well done in the freezer. And so you note your use by dates, right? And you use them by your use by dates. Everything goes in the fridge and you're good to go for the week. But sometimes it's nice to bulk up, make some extras for your freezer, right? For if life got crazy, maybe there wasn't as much, income one week. Maybe you have a friend or a family member that had a baby that has someone in the hospital that has some hard times or just needs a pick-me-up. You can drop off a meal to them. Or you just don't have it together to be able to get groceries yet that week because of time. It's always nice to have a few things in your freezer. So there are recipes that are freezable. You can even search by freezable and pop them in your freezer and have those for those instances, which I do a lot. And it's great moving into the holidays because holy cow, like we're all about to get crazy busy, right? Tomorrow is Halloween, which starts the insanity, which runs through until practically February, right? So it's great to have things that are in your freezer. Now I'm having a family party. We don't do Thanksgiving together as a family. We have a party at the beginning of November. So I am hosting that, and this is going to be my potluck contribution. And so I'm just gonna pop this in the freezer. Okay, you've been putting everything in the fridge and the freezer never crossed your mind. Yeah, exactly. So you're doing it exactly as intended, but it's just nice to have some backups there to help yourself out. So even if I don't need 5 meals that week, I will oftentimes use a little bit of the budget for that week to purchase stuff to make an extra meal to go in my freezer. That's either a gift for someone or just a thank you from future me, Do I thaw or go straight from the oven to the freezer? It depends. It depends on what the recipe is and what you're doing. These I'm just gonna put straight from the freezer into the oven. All right, so this is baked meatball Parmesan. One has cheese, one does not. So I guess the one that doesn't isn't really Parmesan, but they're still baked meatballs and they're delicious. So this is a September recipe off of the classic. It's fantastic. So if you have the combo membership, you will have it. If you have the classic, you will have it. But definitely check it out. This is a serving size of 12, so $23.01 for 12 dinner-sized servings. Served with salad and dinner rolls, or we're gonna do garlic bread instead of dinner rolls. But $1.91 per person per serving for that with the sides, with the salad, with the garlic bread, with all the things. It's amazing. It's amazing how much money you can save. Okay, so and last but most certainly not least, I am making baked tortellini. This is one, I've already made a couple of these on another week that I didn't need 5 meals that week. I made a couple of these up and they are already in my freezer, but I wanted one more. So, boom. We're gonna go ahead and get this going. You're welcome, Morgan. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you out and help you figure things out. So if you have any other questions, or if there's something you were hoping to do, like definitely ask. And if you are not already a member of the community group over on Facebook, it's 5 Dinners 1 Hour community group. If you're not already in that group, definitely join because it's a great way to ask questions. Everyone over there helps each other out. Super helpful. If you have a question about something, odds are some member has tried it already. So, but it is all about saving ourselves time and saving ourselves money because, yeah, if you sign up for the plan today and you're using the code 10OFF10OFF, it is going to cost you $26. And then you're going to have access to the plan for 90 days. It's going to be amazing. If you do the combo plan, again, use that code. It's going to cost $45. And you get access to 500 recipes. It's insane the number of extra bonuses you get on the combo plan, plus all the classic, plus all the clean eating. But you do all of that, and my brain just totally broke right there. Did you see it happen? Oh my goodness. But you know, you've got access to all of these recipes. You know what's going on. You know what dinner you're having. Like, it's amazing. It's just amazing. And I save so dang much time every single week. All right, so now, again, this recipe called for a little more than what one of my jars of spaghetti sauce was. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take my jar, add just a hair of water, and I'm gonna do that with all of them, right? I would have just added more water if I only had the one jar. But I'm gonna just up my ounces. No one is going to notice. I'm not lacking on flavor. There's so much flavor in all of this, right? But I'm gonna get all of this spaghetti sauce and everything. I'm not wasting it because I've paid for it, right? I have paid for it and I don't wanna lose it. We're using it all up. This is what my grandma would have done, and she would be proud that I'm doing it because we don't wanna be wasteful. All right. So, 5dinnersOneHour.com is the website. There is a link in the bio. Y'all definitely want to check it out. Okay, get our garlic going in here. Give this a good stir. Make sure all of my tortellini is covered. One of our members that preps live here, Abby, I got the idea to do the baked tortellini for a party from her because she actually used this for her rehearsal dinner for her wedding. She just, over a couple of weeks, so it went into her budget. She used this, and she would just make up a couple of these and stick them in her freezer and use them for her rehearsal dinner and saved a ton of money. It's one of her favorite meals. She got to have a favorite. She saved a ton of money. Everybody was happy. All the things. Like, it's a way to go. It's a way to go. Oh, so this is what I was trying to say earlier. whatever the plan costs, right? I promise you, I save more than the total cost of the plan in 1 week. I used to spend $150 every single week on groceries. And I had stuff that went bad. I had, stuff that I didn't have a plan for, stuff that got forgotten, whatnot. That doesn't happen for me anymore. It doesn't. So now my grocery budget is $75 a week. 7 years later, it's still $75 a week. Sometimes 80, sometimes 60, it depends. But I average 75 a week, so that's what I budget for. Some weeks I might spend a little more. Some weeks I will definitely spend a little less. This is a spend less week for sure. And I've got everything I need for my family, and I am saving $75 a week. Now the whole cost of the combo plan, access to those 500 recipes and everything, with this code 10 off is $45. Or you want to do the classic or the clean eating, it's $26. Like you're spending $2 to $3 a week. I know there are things that I waste $2 to $3 a week on, and I'm telling you what, it's not food anymore. And I save so much more than that. I'm saving $75 a week. It's insane by doing this. They were tortellini. Okay. So we've got the baked tortellini. And again, I'm just gonna cover this up with some foil. And this is gonna go in my freezer as well. And all this stuff is gonna be ready for my party. With kids in sports and on the go every single night, it's the best decision you've made this year. Yes, same. We are at sports practices 6 days a week. And I'm telling you, we are not going through the drive-thru anymore. It's amazing. So, the baked tortellini, 1 tray. This one's a serving size of 6. $11.66, $1.94 per person per serving, and that is for a dinner size serving. So let me show you what all we've done in less than an hour with lots of chatting along the way. We've got a baked tortellini with a serving size of 6. We've got baked, which was $11.66. We've got meatballs, baked meatball parmesan, which is a serving size of 12. That was $23, so $1.91 per person per serving. I've got, what are you? Slow cooked chicken potato soup. This was a serving size of 6, $18.12. Baked shrimp scampi, serving size of 3, $8.92. And barbecue chicken nachos, also serving size of 3, $6.58. So all told, for these meals, I have 30 servings of food, 30 dinner-sized servings of food, and sides included, $68.29. So $2.27 per person per serving, plus one of our meals is shrimp, you guys. It's great. I've got stuff for my freezer. I've got stuff for my family. I am ready to go. And the stress you hated figuring out what to eat, and you're picky, so you can modify. Yes, this is fantastic for picky eaters. Where can you join? 5dinnersOneHour.com or click the link in the bio. All right, so I'm gonna set my meals aside. Okay, and I'm gonna show you my dirty dishes. Are you ready? This one got dirty simply because I flung sauce on it. All right, these are my dirty dishes. This is it. This is what I have to wash. Where'd my knife go? I have a knife. Here's my knife. This is what I have to wash. This is it. And all week, my kitchen's gonna stay clean. My kitchen's gonna stay clean because I only have to wash the dish I prepped in and the dishes we ate off of. And y'all, if we're not feeling it, we can eat on paper plates. I don't care. So for like this one, I'll have to wash my slow cooker and bowls. That's it. I'll have 3 bowls and a slow cooker. That's all that has to go in. So it's not like, I don't feel like I need to move after dinner every night. It's not a big, huge mess. I've made my mess. I've done all of my prep work. And this is it. This will take me about 5 minutes to clean up. I wash my cutting board and knives by hand. So it takes me a little extra time because of that. But that's it. And then, as I was going, as I was talking to you, I don't know if you saw, I normally mention it and I forgot to mention it this time, but I put all of my ingredients for each meal in a basket so that I know that I have everything, right? That I need for that meal. And then I know when I'm talking, someone comes in, the doorbell rings, the dog barks, the kid needs help with homework, whatever it is, right? I know, oh, I've already added that, or no, I haven't, because if it's still in the basket from all of the ingredients for the meal, I haven't added it yet. Then I take baskets for my first 2 meals and I put them in front of me. And then as I go, I put everything that goes back in the fridge and freezer to my right, or whatever side you want. And I put everything that goes back in my spice cabinet or pantry to my left. So then I will take this to the spice cabinet, I will take this to the fridge and freezer, get everything put away, give my bins a quick wash out, and that's it. It's easy. My total cleanup does not take me 10 minutes. How much is it? Okay, use the code 10OFF, 10OFF to save $10, and you can get started on the classic or clean eating plan for $26 for 90 days. It's amazing. It's a quarterly plan. It's fantastic, and I save infinitely more than that every single week, and you're only paying it once for the quarter. How do I prevent freezer burn? I rotate through things. I make sure that they're sealed well, and I rotate through things. I don't like these things that are going in my freezer right now are going to be used up at the end of the week. But mostly my meals are going in the fridge. All right, any other questions you guys have about the 5 dinners, 1 hour prep ahead meal plan system? You never tried it because you thought it was more and just didn't ever look. Yeah, it's not. You're spending, depending on which plan you choose, you're spending between $2 and $3 a week. It's like $2 and change or $3 and change, depending on which plan you choose. If you choose the combo, which I would recommend, that's the one I have, because you have access to everything. Like, it's the way to go. And don't forget, if you weren't on when I said this, today is the day to join, because new recipes come tomorrow. So you'll join today, you'll get August recipes still, you can save them, click the heart. There's some tutorials to watch when you first join. It walks you through absolutely everything, but you go through, you click that heart button, and you save those August recipes, and then you've got them to pull from during your meals whenever you would like, and then you get new November recipes tomorrow morning. So give it a try. And they've sent out the preview of what the November recipes are, and they sound so good. So I'm very excited for that. Definitely join. Join today. Like, seriously, it's like you get bonus recipes. 20 on classic or clean eating, 40 if you join the combo because you get both. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Take care, and we'll see you again very, very soon.